What's going on, team? It's Caddy with Money Investing. I hope that you all are having an amazing day. So in this video, we're going to be looking into the S&P 500 futures and the S&P 500 index, and where are those trading right now, since it is Sunday at 6 p.m. and the futures market is open and trading right now. So we'll go over the pattern. We'll also identify those key support and resistance levels, and also the earnings season is going to be underway starting tomorrow. We'll go over some of those earnings that we need to watch remainder of the month of July and for the next 3 weeks. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel. Also, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates, videos related to investing and technical breakdowns. Right now, the S&P 500 futures is open and trading, and we are continuing that bull momentum from last week. We're up just about 0.5%, so close to 54 basis points. The NASDAQ index, or the NASDAQ 100, is essentially up as well, close to 0.5%. So there's definitely a lot of momentum in the markets right now going into tomorrow, which is great to find out. And you can see how the markets pushed up as soon as they opened at 6 p.m. and they're trading right around the 3196 to 3200 level. So now if we were to go over to the SPX, which is going to be the S&P 500 index itself, to give you guys an update on the pattern and where do I personally see those levels and where do I personally see the pattern going in the near future. If you have been following up with any of my previous market updates, you have a really good understanding that 3,000 continues to be our really key level of support and a level of demand, because that has previously been validated multiple times. And this 3155 to 3160 level was previously acting as some type of bear camp and some type of resistance, but we essentially switched that over to being a bull camp, because we've seen more recently, as soon as the pattern pulls back down to that level on an intraday basis, it essentially gets pushed up by the bulls, right? So multiple times during the day, we have seen the pattern essentially drop all the way down to these levels, going back as far as July 7th, when the pattern essentially closed at 3145, and then the next day it went as low as 3136, but then the bulls came in and pushed it to closing at 3169, so higher than 3155. The following day, on July 9th, the pattern went as low as 3115, so all the way down to this level, which is what this long red wick represents, all the way down to this level. But then the bulls jumped into the market and pushed the pattern all the way to closing at 3152. And then the following day, last Friday, the pattern again hit a low of about 3136. That was the low for that day. And then it ended up closing much higher, going up over 1% to 3186. So now we are up close to about 0.5% on the S&P 500 futures. Now that being said, if nothing changes overnight, we are potentially looking to open around levels of right here around the 3196 to 3200 level. And in my previous market updates, we recognized this old support back on June 10th as being a new resistance, which has been validated as well. So this right here was the new resistance that we were watching on a more closer level, because that was also the high for this candle, the high for this candle, the high for this candle. So what we need to wait for is a break out of 3190 to 3200 level, which is going to be the low and the closing price for this. 3190 is the closing for this candle. So if we are able to break out, essentially open higher and then continue this trend up higher to retest our high from June 8th, which is going to sit at 3230, that is going to be really key for the bulls. We need to essentially open higher and fill this gap in order to retest the high from June 9th. If we can see that, then there's definitely a lot of buyer momentum and bullishness in the markets. And again, as I've already mentioned, 3,000 being a very key level of support. So now moving forward, right now we are on our way to retesting 3230, and if we break out of that level, because that has not only acted as a more near-term resistance, but if you were to go back on the chart back in January 30th, like last week of January, you can see how that was also acting as a really good support. So that right there is going to be our next bear camp that we need to watch. And if you're able to break out of that level, then we are off to the races to hit 3,300 and all-time highs at 3,400, which are going to sit right around there. So 3,300 right around here, and then all-time highs of 3,400 right about there. So those obviously are going to be the all-time highs right here. The next resistance at 33.30, around those levels, which was again in the first few weeks of January before COVID hit. So those are some of those next key support and resistance levels that we need to watch. We are expected to open somewhere in between this range, and if we do open right around this level, the next resistance is going to be at 32.30, and if we do break out of those levels, then we are all the way up to 3300 and beyond. But if we do get rejected at this level, then I feel like this support is going to hold at 3185. If we do break below this support, then our next support is sitting at 3155, which we have hit multiple times here last week. But essentially every time we got down to that level, the bulls came in and pushed the pattern over 3155. So there's definitely a lot of buyer momentum at that level, and that's something that I will personally be watching for a good dip buying opportunity if the pattern were to retest its lows at 3155. Now in terms of the earnings reports and the economic calendar, there's definitely a lot for us to keep a close eye on, because for the next 3 weeks there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to announce their earnings. Going into tomorrow, July 13, there's Trinity, there's PepsiCo, and then if you move on to later this week, there's mostly going to be financials, so like Citigroup, Delta Airlines is going to be huge, Wells Fargo, First Republic Bank. And then going forward into the week, you can see there's going to be some other banks and financial services company like Fidelity, eBay is going to be a huge one as well that are going to report their earnings, and we'll find out how well they did, which is going to potentially affect the markets and the financial sector in more general. Then we have Goldman Sachs and Domino's reporting their earnings as well. And then on July 17 to finish off the week, CNB Financial, Bank of Commerce Holdings, some of those other financial services and banks that are going to report their earnings. And I think during the last few weeks of July, we're going to find Amazon and other tech companies to report their earnings as well, which is obviously going to affect S&P 500, Dow Jones, and the Nasdaq index. To give you guys a quick recap, we are going to be watching these very closely moving forward, and based on the patterns right now, the S&P 500 futures up close to 0.5%, Nasdaq futures also up close to 47 basis points, and based on these patterns, the next resistance sits at 32.30 for the S&P 500 index. The next support is going to be at 31.80 to 31.85. If you do open higher tomorrow, the pattern is essentially going to consolidate in between this range before breaking out and retesting highs from back in the first couple weeks of January, which sit at 33.30, and then of course the all-time highs at 3400. If we do pull back and get rejected at this resistance at 32.30 and do pull back below the 31.85 level, then the next support that we're watching is going to be 31.55, which is going to present as a really good dip buying opportunity for myself. I personally don't think that we are going to retest as low as 3,000, because that has already been validated multiple times as being a really key level of demand and support. But I think we might retest the 31.50 to 31.55 level as being another really key level of support. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel. Also, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates and videos related to investing and technical breakdowns. I hope you guys were able to get some value out of this video. As always, happy investing, and I will see you guys in the next video.